You get an email from a client, and it contains the exact sentence SaaS founders dread most right now. They tell you they'll stop paying for your product, and instead they'll build their own custom tool over the weekend using an AI prompt. The immediate reaction is defensive. You reply by listing every edge case the customer hasn't thought about. You detail the complex integrations that took your team years to get right, and you promise you can ship your next big update faster. Every single one of those points might be true, but they don't address why the customer is threatening to leave. Treating this as a simple race to ship faster ignores how the buyer has started measuring your progress. Failing to recognize that shift leads to two specific types of damage. The first is loud churn. That happens when a customer explicitly cancels their account, tells you exactly why they are leaving, and boots up a DIY alternative. Loud churn is an email you can respond to. Silent churn is the danger you can't see. In this scenario, a customer's account remains active in your dashboard. They do not send a cancellation email. Instead, they make a reasonable feature request, watch it sit indefinitely in a product backlog, and quietly start shopping for a replacement while your own metrics suggest they are satisfied. Treating the threat of AI as a straightforward build versus buy race guarantees a loss. It creates a vacuum of trust that eventually drains the account dry. To stop that leak, we have to look at what changed. Your product roadmap did not actually get slower. Your customer's benchmark for speed simply got faster. Stack Overflow's 2025 developer survey found 51% now use AI tools daily. Getting answers in seconds is a habit. Researchers note this repeated use recalibrates our internal baseline for how long any process should take. When a customer expects an update tomorrow, they are not trying to be malicious. Their sense of normal has been retrained by a tool that generates a complex answer in 3 seconds. That 3-second turnaround is the new standard your traditional 6-week release cycle is being judged against. Because a development team can never outship an AI prompt, you have to change what the customer measures you against. You have to move the conversation from speed to control. The internal fix for this is a monthly triage exercise called the 30-minute roadmap reframe. It prevents your backlog from growing endlessly by sorting incoming requests into 2 specific categories. The first category is for requests requiring your core engineering team to write code, complex new integrations, data model changes, or security-reviewed architecture. The second category holds everything a customer could resolve themselves with the right configuration settings. This includes custom fields, configurable data views, permission templates, and lightweight rules engines for basic automation. By building these configuration tools once, you give users a way to solve their own problems. This allows them to close their own feedback loop in a matter of days, rather than waiting through an engineering cycle that typically lasts for quarters. Sorting your backlog this way shortens the engineering roadmap. It also satisfies the customer's urge to build a solution themselves by giving them the power to do it inside your ecosystem. With the engineering backlog stripped down to essentials, you have to fix how those remaining items are communicated. We replace vague promises with radical visibility. Private roadmaps force a customer to rely entirely on your word, and they only get an update if they remember to ask for one. Moving to a public roadmap built on 3 columns, planned, in progress, and shipped, neutralizes waiting anxiety. The in progress column is your most reassuring status. By attaching a specific date, you move the customer from waiting to watching progress happen. Which brings us back to that opening ultimatum. When a customer threatens to leave and write a prompt, you drop the defensive posture and use a very specific response script. You acknowledge the comparison directly, saying it is a fair point. Then immediately point them down one of 2 paths, a visible, dated entry on your roadmap, or a configuration feature they can use to solve the problem that same week. This direct approach eliminates the exact phrase that gives AI an opening in the first place. We hear you and it's on our radar. Surviving the shift toward DIY tools means competing on visibility and control. Your product roadmap was never actually too slow for your customers. It was invisible, and invisibility always feels like neglect.